We had the segment. One of the things I liked on the show was that backstage segment with Braun Strowman and 10-year-old Nicholas, who won the Raw Tag Team titles the night before. And Braun said, "I hate to do this, but I'm here to relinquish the Raw Tag Team titles." He goes, "Nicholas has a schedule conflict. He's got the 4th grade." That was a great line. And he said, "But when he graduates, we're coming back for those Raw Tag Team titles." And then Nicholas had the money line where he goes, "And they're going to get these hands." And everybody in the building loved it. It was a fun moment. Again, I still think it was just a waste of a whole mystery partner angle. And just completely ridiculous to do what they did at WrestleMania. I don't hate it. I just kind of shook my head at it like, oh boy. Did they really just have a 10-year-old kid win the Raw Tag Team titles? Really? And they're going to insult TNA, but they had a 10-year-old win the tag team titles at WrestleMania? Okay. Anyway, but this was a fun segment. So, and now it's over. And so there's nothing to complain about. They did the angle. They got a couple of laughs. And now we move on. It did not hurt Braun. Why do I keep calling him Bray? That's like the biggest insult that I could pay to Braun Strowman is to call him Bray Wyatt. My God. The guy is not buried. He's not damaged goods just because he teamed up with a kid. Braun's going to be just fine. I'm not worried about him. He'll do very well. We had a tag team eliminator. In light of these tag team titles being vacated, Kurt Angle made a match between the Revival and the Good Brothers, who lost, so the Revival moves on. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt beat Titus and Apollo, so they move on. They will now have a match on Raw tomorrow night. The winner of that match will get a tag team title shot against Sheamus and Cesaro in Saudi Arabia on the 27th. Now, there was a note in the Observer this week. Meltzer mentioned that there was a pitch made internally. Now, that's all this is. It is a pitch. It is not the plan. It is not set in stone. It was an internal creative pitch. Do you know how many pitches are probably made internally that never see the light of day? So just keep that in mind, because people are running with this like this is going to happen. Even Bray Wyatt went on Twitter. He was like having fun with it. He tweeted Matt Hardy. He goes, "Who is this? What's the word he used for him? Like a prophet or I forgot the word he used. But who is this Dave Meltzer guy?" And he like tagged him in the tweet. But Meltzer said that a pitch was made for Bray to turn on Matt Hardy, which is not much of a stretch. I figure at some point that's exactly what's going to happen. And for him to lead Sanity, to promote Sanity to the main roster from NXT, and for Bray to be the new leader of Sanity, which I guess would demote Eric Young to be a follower. And I'm not like a huge EY fan. I'm not the biggest Eric Young fan, but at the same time, I think he's perfectly fine in his role as the leader of Sanity. I don't really understand. I don't really see the need to screw with Sanity. Sanity does not need Bray Wyatt. Why bring them down like that right out of the chute? That does more to hurt Sanity than it does to help Wyatt. That's first of all. Second of all, babyface Bray, even if it is only temporary, is the best thing to happen to this guy in ages. And it's only been one weekend. I want this to go on for a while. I actually was very entertained by what they did at WrestleMania and the night after with Hardy and Wyatt. I'd like to see this go on. In fact, I'd like to see them win the tag team titles at the Greatest Royal Rumble and have a little bit of a run for themselves. Keep this thing going as long as possible. Put those tag team titles on them in Saudi Arabia. Bray does not need Sanity. Sanity does not need Bray.